What's up, T.O.G? Sacramento River still pretty high from all the rain we got earlier this year. So you see those the dock off of the person's home where they have a dock for their boat. Usually, when we get closer to this time of year, after a long summer, lots of heat, the docks are at a much steeper angle because the water level has gone down. But it's a good indication that we still got a lot of water. You know, we're like almost constantly in the drought here in California. But at this time, it doesn't look like we're going to be suffering through a drought for the next year or so, maybe. That is way off topic. We're on our way to a bike meet out at Cycle Gear in Sacramento. And today's bike meet is for a good cause. You know, a lot of these events will have like a reason other than just getting people out to the store to shop. You know, the bike nights are a lot like that. There's not Cycle Gear will hold bike nights just to get people out, show off their bikes and get people out to the store to just maybe they might buy something. Tendency is yes, we will buy something. So today's actually has a sponsor or somebody that will benefit from the bike meet. This afternoon, from 11 to 2, all purchases in store will go. 10% of those purchases will go towards research for brain tumor. The Brain Tumor Research Foundation. I'll have those specifics for you on the screen. But yeah, for a good cause. That's a meet for kids, and I'm super excited to get out, see other people's bikes, take out the Moto Guzzi. We've got the windshield that we just installed this summer. We're getting a real feel of how much it's deflecting the wind. Also, we've got V-Line leading the way here, navigating us, getting us there in the most direct way. And now, if you're a long-time follower, you might be wondering where I've been, and if you're not a long-time follower, welcome to the channel. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, all that good stuff. But yeah, posted a video recently doing a short review of a bike that I've been riding for a friend's son who is in the armed forces, who's out of the country, and so his bike's just been sitting there, and they asked if I could ride it for him, and so I've been riding it. I had a couple videos on the bike, and one of them is a review. So if you're interested in that, make sure you check out that video, which I'll also put a link to up here. But yeah, we haven't had a whole lot of content produced on Moto Guzzi, and this summer especially, it's been so busy. Again, for all those who know me, I am an actor in community theater. Been doing that for like 25 years. And so yeah, I've been super busy. I did like 3 shows back to back to back. And you know, in the early days of the channel, I would find time to squeeze in. I don't know how I did it. I would find time to produce 3 videos a week. You know, it's kind of like one of those things where not a lot of those videos were viewed a whole lot because they were just your typical moto vlogs. You know, I find things to talk about. They wouldn't be just rambling. But at the same time, when you're pushing out 3 videos a week, you're just kind of like grasping at straws. Yeah, you're just kind of like searching for something to talk about, and you know, topics and conversation can get kind of shallow. So I'm back for this video, and what I will say about this video is we're going to this meet, and it's been a while since I've put out any consistent content. So much thanks to all of you subscribers who stuck around. Much thanks to those of you who have chosen to subscribe now. And I'm going to do my best to keep producing content when I can, when I find time. I'm auditioning for another show coming up a week from today. If I don't get into that, look for more consistent content. And if I do, check out my Instagram page because you'll get updates. I like to post on stuff. And also, well, we're gonna plug my actor page. I also don't post there that much. But if you're curious as to where I am and what I'm doing, you're likely to find it on my actor page because that's gonna be sharing information about like the latest production that I'm in. So if you're in the area and you like what you see here, just know that you can catch me on the stage and see a different side of that one guy. Again, I do most of my shows on the Woodland Opera House stage, so I will also put a link to that in the description. All kinds of links flying at you, and hopefully you can check it out. Plenty of torque on this motorcycle. You know, it's one of those things where, like, I've had a lot of cruisers in my day, but I started off my cruiser journey with some Sportsters. I had the Sportster 883R, so it's a cool 100th anniversary version of that bike. I sold that bike and ended up getting an 883N, but it was the quarter mile edition. Sweet paint job. Love the look of that bike. It's the one bike where I wish I would have found a way to just hold on to that bike. Eventually, I wanted to upgrade, so I ended up with a bike that's similar in size to this motorcycle, which was the Fat Bob, 2013 Dyna Fat Bob. Got rid of that bike, and so found my way to this motorcycle, sold the Super Duke, and actually in between I had another cruiser, which was a bike that was even bigger than this one, which was a Dyna Switchback, but only had that motorcycle for a few months. But there's some content on that. I'm sure you've seen that if you've been following me, and if not, just go back and check out some of the older videos. Throwing enough links at you already. You don't need another link to check out content on the Dyna Switchback. But yeah, even though the Switchback and the Fat Bob had a 103 cubic inch twin, you know, plenty of power. This bike in Turismo mode and in Veloce, Italian for fast. You didn't know Moto Guzzi is an Italian brand. And nothing gets, like, passes faster, passes quicker. Nothing gets me on the highway on on-ramps faster. This bike just kind of all around has proved to be, and it's not just about how you know, how fast it goes from 0 to 60 or from 40 to 70, but all those numbers don't mean much to me, and so this bike it's not just about the power, it's about the power delivery. It's like, it's not one of those on some of the Harleys that I've test ridden, and I'm just comparing to Harley because Harley's the big name cruiser. It's not one of those things where it's like, oh, like I feel like I'm gonna get fly off the bike because there's just too much torque and too much all at once. This bike's riding position, along with the power delivery, has just been so amazing. It's about passing on the highway. It's about getting onto the on-ramps on the highway. It's about just also the overall comfortability of the Moto Guzzi. There's not a whole lot of comparisons that I can give you, whereas this bike is the whole package. On top of all that, you're also looking at one of just the coolest, like, sharpest head-turning motorcycles that I've ever owned. If you're one of those guys that likes to ride, doesn't care about what your bike looks like, I don't know what that feels like, because for me, I'm just an aesthetics guy. I wear a lot of different shoes too, and so, like, I'm a sneaker guy, and I have a ton of different sneakers, and it's not always about, you know, the Jordans and the Yeezys. I'm more interested in, like, what looks good and, like, what looks good on me. So yeah, this bike fits me. This bike fits my personality. It also really speaks to, and this is something I talked about early on when I bought this motorcycle, and coming from a bike that was so different in the Super Duke, whereas me just loving up this bike for all of the nostalgia that this bike brings back. And Moto Guzzi, obviously, I didn't know anything about Moto Guzzi when I was younger, so when I talk about nostalgia, what I'm talking about is, like, that old classic look, the chrome. There's just enough chrome without being annoying, in my opinion. And the white walls. The white walls is such a big thing. It hasn't been too big of a pain to take care of the white walls, and the white walls are still looking pretty good. It's one of those things where you don't know how much, like, a feature, like a really distinct and small feature on a motorcycle can mean when you look at it, and like kind of like the feelings that it conjures up from childhood. It's just special. I love this bike. It's not just fun to ride and cool to look at, but it also holds a special place in my heart. Got all the warm fuzzies out. Now we're gonna go look at a whole bunch of different bikes, and we'll see if anybody likes this bike. It's one of those things where not a lot of people see this bike, and so it surprises me also when I take this bike to places where there's other riders who don't even know what Moto Guzzi is. They look at the transverse V-twin and they're like, what is, like, some people haven't seen this. They've seen the Boxer, the BMW with the big heads sticking out the sides, and this to me is just a more elegant design. And I mean, obviously I'm a little biased, so there is that. So we're here at the event, and speaking of nerd, I don't know if I brought this up earlier. I'm a gigantic nerd. I collect sneakers, but I also play video games. I'm an actor. I do all these things that I think aren't typical for like one person to do. Specifically, somebody who rides motorcycles. But I'm one of those guys. It's 11:01. I got here 1 minute after this event started. I'm one of those nerds that likes to be there, the first person at the event, and sometimes, oftentimes, I'll be the last one to leave. But in perfect nerd fashion, I get here, and we're here at a bike meet. There's one bike here. There's one bike here. Now there's two. But you guys, we'll be here for a while, and there will be more bikes to ogle.
A few moments later.
All right. Well, that was fun. Not the last one out. Definitely one of the first ones there. And, you know, I spent $20 on some raffle tickets, and knowing that the proceeds go to a good cause, you know, that's what it's all about. You know, like I said, I've been to bike shows, bike meets, you know, bike nights at Cycle Gear, and they're fun and everything, but there's something else when you can also contribute to a good cause. Met some great people out there. Oscar, the gentleman out here that's doing, I'm not gonna get the Instagram right, but I will pad that on the screen for you because he makes some awesome videos. Funny video that he has up on his Instagram of him getting a ticket, but also getting some video of the highway patrolman's bike. It's just awesome. You know, it's all good fun when you can laugh at yourself, and you can also, you know, make something of a bad situation like getting pulled over and getting a ticket. It says something about a person. And so yeah, big shout out to him. Some cool bikes out there today. You know, there weren't a whole lot of bikes, but the ones that were there, obviously I will have shown you the video of those. But yeah, just good times. Hate this. It's a bad intersection too. Super wide intersection. You've got cars coming off the freeway there, and then you've got at least three lanes each. We're gonna go here. Ugh. Nice. And gentleman Oscar, I think I already mentioned, has a Ducati and a BMW. He had his Ducati out earlier, then he went home and he brought back his BMW, his R9T, and I saw him at the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride. Him and a bunch of buddies custom make these awesome cafe racers. I'm one of those who love the look of a cafe racer, but I'm not, like, I don't think I could ever have one or ride one because it's just such an uncomfortable position. It's obviously, like, cafe racers are one of my favorite bikes to look at. Like, if it came down to, like, if I had to have a bike that was, like, custom built and had, like, a really unique look, I probably would go with a cafe racer. But yeah, it's just the clip-on handlebars and the tucked position. Just not my style. Obviously, I went from my Sport Naked to this bike just for that reason, to see it more comfortable and be able to go on longer rides and not be in a whole lot of pain the next day. But anyway, great meet today. Awesome weather. I mean, we're talking about the very tail end of summer here, and we're not. I can't even imagine that we actually hit 90 degrees today. A nice breeze out, but not so much, not so windy that like that I'm here on the highway and it's like blowing me all over the place. So yeah, just an ideal situation. You know, when I go to meets like this, I'm hoping kind of to run into some of the local moto vloggers. Carrie, who doesn't vlog all that much anymore, still active on her social media sometimes, and then someone who's just getting back into the game, the Kill Switch Queen, Olivia. Didn't see either of them out there, but great to meet some new people, see some cool bikes, and have some fun. But that's all I got for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for coming along with me. Had some stories to tell, had some updates to give you guys. For those of you who are new, I hope that if you enjoyed this video, and also those of you who have been around, also if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up down there, which is the like button. And if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button. Everybody, if you're out there riding, please be safe. Be kind to one another. My name is Eric. I'm that one guy. I am out.